I'm not going to lie. Being a Barcelona fan can be great, but it also comes with a lot of frustrations, especially in the transfer saga, because this summer has been nothing but roller coasters of emotions, ups and downs. It's been very frustrating. It starts out first that Barca is all in on Luis Díaz despite the 80 million euro release clause, and then they kind of say, you know what, we're interested, but we're not paying more than 60. And then we get a couple rumors, a Leao Arujo swap potentially, maybe Lookman for a hot second. Then it's, oh wait, Nico is super interested in Barcelona. He's contacting the club. He wants to make a move here. He's negotiating it. We almost got the here we go from Fabrizio. Then Rashford is in the mix. It was just so much. And then Nico drops the bombshell, signs the long-term contract with Athletic Club, screws over Barcelona. And then Barca says, we have a different approach. We're still interested in Luis Díaz. We're going to try some different things. Now, it seems like a move for Luis Díaz is highly unlikely. So what is going on with this club? Well, there's a huge report that just dropped that I want to share with you guys, give my opinions. Honestly, I love it. I'm for it. I don't care anymore. I think it's a great move. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about it. So as always, drop your comments and thoughts down below. I'll do my best to respond. And if you guys end up enjoying the video, feel free to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. We're super, super close to hitting 11K subscribers. I appreciate the support. We're one of the fastest growing Barca communities on the internet, so let's keep it going. But let's jump in and talk about this huge piece of news that just dropped for Barca. So let's read directly from the source. Breaking: Barcelona will go for Marcus Rashford. They have opened talks to sign him. A move for Luis Díaz seems highly unlikely now. I also read something yesterday that said AC Milan would be open to selling Leao for 70 million plus variables for Barcelona, to Barcelona. And I want Leao. Here's the thing. I think he's so talented. I think he's the most exciting player out of all the players we mentioned. But I actually think Luis Díaz would fit the Barcelona system the best out of all those players, even Nico. But Leao's younger. He's a little more technically gifted than Luis Díaz. But the concern is he's lazy. And it's just tough. I don't know. I'm all in on Rashford. I don't care what anybody says. I love this deal because you can get him for cheap. He's still like 27, 28. He's fast, he's quick, he wants to join the club. Anybody that wants to join the club and is going to take a wage cut on top of that, you got my stamp of approval automatically, because Barca, we don't need the best players. We want the players that want to be here. Johan Cruyff said it best. If you really don't want to join this beautiful club, then we have no interest in you. Goodbye. Right? Nico Williams, best of luck in your career. We don't want you if you're going to turn down a club that plays the most beautiful football we've ever seen. And Marcus Rashford, I get it. People want to say he's inconsistent, but a lot of people fail to actually look into specific situations. Not every single player that is very good, they're going to struggle. They're going to have their ups and downs. And when you're on a team like Manchester United, who's struggled immensely over the last many, many years, 5, 6, 7 years, they have not been consistently good. They've had 3, 4 different managers and just since COVID, maybe even more. So it's hard to really criticize them when you're playing in a team with a lot of rotating parts, a lot of new managers, a lot of different systems. I mean, this new manager they have is playing with like 2 10s. He doesn't want wingers. That's where Rashford thrives. Like he's changing the entire team's identity. I mean, Garnacho is going to be gone. Rashford's going to be gone. Antony's going to be gone. Scott McTominay left. Højlund could be gone. He wasn't good anyways. But it's a system. You need a good system for a lot of players to thrive. And if you're really telling me that Marcus Rashford, a tall, fast, quick, skilled, a guy that scored 30 goals 2-3 years ago, the year Manchester United beat Barcelona in the Europa League, that season Manchester United was really, really good. Rashford was one of the top players in Europe. I know we can get the best out of that Marcus Rashford, and Flick will get it out of him. There's no concerns on my end that Marcus Rashford will come to Barcelona and be really bad and flop. I don't even think that's possible. Look what Rafinha did this year. I'm not being ridiculous. A couple years ago, if you put Rafinha and Marcus Rashford next to each other, player profiles, Marcus Rashford's the better footballer. He's more skilled. He just is, I think, a little more technical, better on the ball. But now we look at it, and it's like Rafinha had a Ballon d'Or caliber season. Marcus Rashford has just as much ability as Rafinha. He doesn't work as hard as him, but under the Flick system, who knows what could happen. And I don't want people to take all this out of context, what I'm saying, trying to compare Marcus Rashford to Rafinha a few years ago. But I'm hoping you guys are understanding what I'm saying. And in my humble opinion, I think one of the most beautiful things about this transfer is he's coming here. I think he knows he's not going to be like an undisputed starter. Whereas if Nico came here, he'd have the expectation where like, he's starting on the left. We're moving players around for him where Olmo or Rafinha would be playing cam or number nines. And there would be a change in the team and how they line up. Now, I think Barcelona lines up exactly the same, but they're going to have Rashford. He's almost going to be like the super sub. He can sub in for Lamine Yamal. You can start him on the left a lot, and Rafinha can play cam or Olmo can play cam. Rafinha can play up top. Olmo can play up top. Hell, you could run two strikers, Rafinha and Marcus Rashford. I mean, that would be awesome to see. You could run Marcus Rashford and Ferran Torres. You could run Rashford as the number 9 or the center forward. So I think there's so many opportunities, and it doesn't change much within the team where we're expecting players like Dani Olmo and Rafinha, very important players, to really just jump into a brand new role potentially. I like this a lot, and if Barcelona can get it for like 35 million, I'm sorry, that's a steal for a player of that skill level. I think that's a great transfer, and being able to sign someone like 35 million like that, I think because you're not spending too much money, maybe it gives you the ability to sign Dumfries as well. I think that's a perfect transfer window, or maybe sign Grimaldo. You sign Joan Garcia, you sign Rashford, and then either Dumfries or Grimaldo. That's a perfect transfer in my opinion. And then hopefully next year you can really make a strong move for maybe Alvarez. It looks like Gyökeres just signed for Arsenal, so he's out of the picture. I didn't think he was going to come to Barca anyways. Jonathan David signed with Juventus, so he's out of the picture. So the striker market's limited, but luckily I think with these players and the rotations and even bringing Marcus Rashford, who's to say he can't be the number 9 at times, or even, play next year when Lewandowski's gone. So I love the transfer. I want Rafael Leao, but I think it's just for a price of 70 million plus add-ons plus variables. There is the unknown, but then there is the unknown of everyone else. So I would like to sign Rafael Leao. I really would, but I think Marcus Rashford for the price is a really safe option, and he truly wants to join the club. So for that reason too, I have to say I'm extremely happy with this move. I will say too, I think Luis Díaz would actually fit the system perfectly. He works so unbelievably hard. I've always been a fan of Luis Díaz. I've always supported the move to come to Barcelona, just not for 80 million. If it was 50 million, even if Rashford was 35-40, that's a tough one. I might take Luis Díaz because the guy just is a workhorse and he works incredibly hard. He's skilled and he would thrive. I think he would thrive in the Flick system. It's just tough because of that price tag. I think that's what's really holding a lot of us back, unfortunately. If Luis Díaz was 25, I would spend 70 million on Luis Díaz in a heartbeat. But it doesn't look like that's happening. So I'm happy with the Rashford move. I really hope it happens. I'm happy for him. I get him out of that terrible Manchester United system. He needed to leave there a couple years ago to really experience his true potential. I hope this happens. I really want to hear what you guys have to say about this down below. Do you think Rashford will thrive under this Hansi Flick system? And where do you see him playing? And do you see him starting on that left wing and Barcelona taking a similar approach to if they were to sign Nico, where Rafinha would kind of move into that central role and Olmo maybe like a false 9 at times? And do you think they'll start to phase out Lewandowski this season? Let me know your thoughts about this down below and who you guys would want to see at the club. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you guys back here next time. Peace.